Hi, first grade. It's Mrs. Deibler coming to you from her living room today with your daily math lesson. Today's math lesson is going to focus on comparing numbers. That's a big word, comparing numbers. Comparing numbers, we're going to look at ones that are big and which ones are small. We did do this in school already here we have our PowerPoint presentation. Mrs. Deibler is going to make it bigger so you can see it, hopefully. Now, it says comparing numbers, which I just said was when they are bigger or smaller. On our next slide, it says, when we compare numbers, we are looking to see which number is bigger or smaller. Let's look at these two numbers. Our first one is, what do you see, boys and girls? 33, good job. And the next one you see, 17. Which one is smaller? Now let's look at those, 33 or 17. Which number is closer to 0 when we are counting? Let's see, if you said 17, you are correct. Now, when we compare numbers, we use the greater than, less than, or equal to, or sometimes we say the alligator. When the alligator is always hungry, it wants to eat the bigger number. So that's where the mouth points. Here it is again. Remember, the alligator always wants to eat the bigger or greater number. Bigger and greater mean the same, boys and girls. Here we have a little picture. It says compare numbers, deciding if the numbers are smaller, larger, or the same. Here we have greater than, equal to, and less than. Let's compare the two numbers. The first one we see is 15. The next one is 29. Which one is greater, boys and girls? Remember, greater means bigger, so which one does the alligator want to eat? If you were the alligator, which number would you want? 29. So we show that the alligator is going towards 29. Let's do another one. 54, 23. Yep, 54 is greater than 23, so he's going to eat the 54. And down here is the sentence, 54 is greater than 23. Now we're going to watch a video comparing the numbers.
Welcome back, guys. Today, we're going to learn about comparing numbers. Let's head on over and take a look. Here we have the symbols greater than, less than, and equal to. We will be using these symbols to compare numbers. Here we have two groups of ones blocks. We need to compare these groups of blocks. The first thing we need to do is count how many is in each group. We start on the left, and we can see that there are 4 blocks. And on the right side, we have 10 blocks. We need to use one of the 3 symbols to compare these two groups. I like to think of this symbol as a big mouth that is always hungry. It wants to eat the biggest amount, so the open side should always face toward the biggest number. One thing that helps me is to remember that just like reading a book, we start on the left. Knowing this will help us remember if it is greater than or less than. Okay, so we have 4 on the left and 10 on the right. The symbol's mouth will open to the larger number. Which number is larger? The 10 is larger, so the mouth opens to the 10. If we were to read this, we would say 4 is less than 10. Let's look at another problem. Here we have 8 blocks on the left and 6 blocks on the right. The open mouth faces toward the bigger number. So which is bigger? The 8 is bigger, so the mouth opens toward the 8. Now to read this sentence, we start from the left and say 8 is greater than 6. Great job, guys. All right, now we can move into some bigger numbers. Okay, let's compare these numbers and see which symbol to use. Here we have the number 452 and the number 425. To help me compare, I am going to put the numbers on top of each other. I will put the number on the left on top and the number on the right on the bottom. Now that we have them lined up, let's compare them using our knowledge of place value. We start with the biggest value first, which is the hundreds place. In the hundreds place, both numbers have 400, so the hundreds are the same. Let's move on to the tens place. In the tens place, in the top number we have 50, and in the number below we have 20. Which number is greater, 50 or 20? The 50 is greater, so right away we know that 452 is a bigger number. This symbol wants to eat the larger number, so which number will it want to eat? Right, 452. If we were to read this statement, we would start from the left and say 452 is greater than 425. Awesome job, guys. You're doing great.
So remember, the alligator always wants to eat the bigger number. Now it's time to learn. The first thing I want you to do is complete the worksheet if you can. If you can't, I just want you to write the problems out on a piece of paper and send it to your teacher if you want to show them that you did it. The next thing I want you to do is to go to the link below and play the game. Now it's on abcia.com, which has a ton of fun math games that you guys can do. You can copy this and put it right in your search engine bar. I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. It's been fun. We miss you and have a good night. Bye.